What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another beautiful, beautiful video. Today is a wonderful day. I was actually tempted not to come out and record because, well, I didn't really want to. But I checked the weather and it was like 73 degrees, and I was like, yeah, I can't pass up on a day like this. But without further ado, today I wanted to talk about self-love. I feel like it's really heavily, I feel like it's very heavily misinterpreted, because a lot of people believe when you love yourself, at least for a man, that it's not manly, or that it builds comfortability. And of course, I'm not saying that you need to be comfortable, but self-love isn't about just not caring about yourself. Self-love isn't about you just slacking off and not doing what you need to do and not putting in that grind. It's self-love involves all those things, but you just operate from a different emotion. All right. If you're someone who, for example, people who are on that red pill sort of cycle, where they're constantly on that, I need to grind, I need to use fear, I need to use the doubts, I need to, desire my goals, yada, yada, yada. Sure, they may produce results, they may get what they want, but that void inside of them, I promise you, it will never, ever be filled. They will still constantly be trying to gain more, and honestly, it will turn into more of a selfish sort of gain rather than a selfless, rather than trying to serve, rather than trying to actually provide. And they'll begin to notice, they'll begin to notice in their work that they don't actually love what they're doing. They might have everything they want materially, but internally, maybe they're missing God, maybe they're missing that love. And it's because it starts here. It starts in this foundation. It starts in the time where you don't have what you desire. And that's why I believe having self-love is the most important thing, because then you won't need anything external for you to feel happy inside. You can still love yourself enough to wake up in the morning. You can still love yourself enough to get the things done, stay in that grind, post what you gotta post, show up when you gotta show up. That's an act of self-love. Self-love isn't just keeping yourself comfortable, being lazy and just happy satisfied with where you're at. You can continue striving to do more, striving to be more, but you gotta operate from a different mindset. And I'm not saying it's wrong for you to, if you want to go down that red pill route, you believe that's your way, etc., go right ahead. But at least for me, and I'm sure for many of you guys who are watching this video, we believe that there's much more. Honestly, it's kind of counterintuitive, or kind of against the grain. You could say that it's much less that we need to feel good. All we need is God. And I believe people who are, more in line with this message, that's ultimately what it is, aligning yourself with God and making one-on-one time with Him, meditating, spending time in His Word, or spending time reading other spiritual books. An author I highly recommend you guys check out is David Hawkins. David Hawkins is a very, very good author. Talks a lot about God. Honestly, it kind of strays away from the Bible. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I question it sometimes myself, but I'm not here to tell you religion is bad. I just believe if you're a follower of God, follower of Jesus, that's all you need to be. That's who I believe I am. I don't like to say I'm Christian, Catholic, whatever. Back to the topic. God is ultimately the cure. God ultimately is all you need. And I want to give you guys this example, because I was probably in your shoes as well. I was in your shoes, where it's like, well, how do I surrender everything to God? How do I align myself with God and just let go when I want all these things? I want the house. I want the freedom. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to provide for my family. And it took me a while to understand. It took me a while to really just fully accept and surrender, because think about this. If God is everything, God is abundance, God is love, God is anything and nothing at the same time. Anything. I don't want to say everything, right? And if you believe that God is within us, if you believe the Holy Spirit's within us, if you believe Jesus Christ is within us, whatever you want to believe in, I believe it's a mixture of all three. I don't know. Then that Creator is within us. We have the power to create. We have that power within us. We don't need anything else. We have God. And so the money, the cars, the physique, all our desires, we can let go of and we can just believe that we have them now, because internally we do. God already has all those things. We have those things. We're not separate from the person who has all that money. We are that person. We just have to reveal who that person is. We have to remember who we're meant to be. And again, those desires that you have placed inside of you, they were placed by God. I truly believe that. I believe whatever desires you have, unless they're a little worldly, or like, a little on the, maybe it wasn't from God. As long as it's like a serving, you're trying to serve other people without those type of desires, whether it's I know traveling around the road isn't like too serving, but travel on the road, make content for you guys will be a lot more appealing, I think. Maybe not a lot more, but it'll be cool. Obviously providing for your parents, providing for your family, providing for everyone around you, etc. So those type of desires I feel like is good, placed by God. If it's selfless, if it gives you that love and happiness. But if it's like greed, selfishness, and all those things, then I believe maybe you don't need them. Maybe God will show you you don't need them. But yeah, so yeah, letting go of those desires, and just knowing that you have them inside you right now, is the ultimate game. That's how you attract everything. That's how you let go of it. There's no more desire. There's no more I want. There's no more I crave, because now you're saying to your desires, I don't need you to feel complete. I don't need you to feel love. I don't need you to feel full. I'm already full within. And then, ironically, your desires will start coming towards you, right? Now, I know I don't have much to show for. I just told you my desires to travel around the world, provide for my family, but trust me, I've just recently, I'm not lying, I've been talking about this for the past 3-4 months, and just recently, I finally all right, I don't desire it anymore. And I know, I already know that it's gonna happen. Because why? I believe it's found within. I believe if I focus within, then everything external will reflect. And I'll give you an example. 2-3 days ago, I was like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna afford groceries tomorrow or stuff like that, right? Because I had payments coming up, etc. And I'm laying in my bed, and I'm like, I think it's the day I let go, maybe the day after or something. But I was like, man, I surrender this, God. I don't need money. I don't need money to feel secure. I am secure within. Very important note I want you guys to take note of, probably the most important thing in this video is that I was attaching security to money and saying that I needed money in order to feel secure. So instead of attaching that emotion to getting money, I felt that emotion first, and now money flows towards me. It's kind of like taking away the core of money and bringing that core within, and it's like a magnet. It would just attract more money. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, be sure to hit me up. After meditation, over my eyes, $100 was deposited into my account. Now, obviously, it's not, 1,000, it's not 10, but it's $100 for me to pay for my groceries that I needed, and it just goes to show that God's always there when you need him, and obviously that's my personal experience. You guys may have your own personal experiences, but during those times, really take a step back and be like, man, God really does have my back. Those times where you are stressing, when you are overthinking, when you have those anxious thoughts, and then just all evaporate because something magical just appears. That was God. And I hope you guys can understand that. I hope you guys can sit back and know that it all stems from that. That self-love is self-God. You can honestly replace it like that. It's having that self-love within. It's having that God within you to just guide you to do your work. Guide you to operate in a higher emotion. I promise you, I'm going to give you guys this little example. Someone who does work on a high frequency, on a high vibration, a high energy, emotion, state of consciousness, high emotion, God within them, and when they work for 2 hours, I promise you, they will see better results, they will produce better work, same thing. I don't know, everything will just be much better because they're in a higher vibration, higher energy than someone who works 5 hours but in a low vibration of desire, of anger, of hatred, of vengeance, whatever. And a lot of people operate like that. And if that is you, ask yourself, why is it that it's normal for you to operate out of hatred, operate out of anger, operate out of just pure desire, that you really need that thing in order to feel something? Why is that a thing, And I'm asking you this because I ask myself the same question all the time. Why is it that I need money to feel secure? If I feel secure now, then the money will just come to me because that's who a secure person is. They're secure. They have everything they need. They believe that. And that's how I operate, And so yeah, I may slack off sometimes. I may be like, oh shoot, I need to lock in. But when I lock in, I do work and I flow. I produce good work. I enjoy what I'm doing. I live in this present moment and I'm just happy. And life is good. I'm in this present moment. I'm not worried about what could happen, what might happen. I'm not stuck in my head. This self-love journey really turns into being how much do you love God? How much can you let go? How much can you surrender and truly just let your life go to God? Everything else will pay dividends. Whatever you're guided to, whatever happens, will happen for a reason. So continue to let go. Continue to strive to love yourself. Continue to surrender. And life will just be a lot easier, I believe. I know this video was a little shorter, but honestly, I think I just packed the main punch. If you guys are changed by this, feel free to comment. I think it's the opposite. If you have any questions and stuff like that, if you want to just give feedback, show your love, I would love to respond to you guys. But if you have any questions, want to hit me up on Instagram. If you have any questions, you can comment down below. If you disagree with what I'm saying, I would love to discuss. I'm not here to tell you I'm right and you're wrong. Maybe you are right, quote unquote. But yeah, I think I nailed the nail on the coffin. I don't know. Let me shut up. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Catch you guys in the next one. God bless. May the force be with you. May the power be with you. Good shit, David. Fucking crazy. See ya.